me home to the banks of the river Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best, 'cause it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the river Tyne. Take me home to the banks of the river Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best. Yes, it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the river Tyne.
Love that
السلام
song.
عليكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم في برنامج نيوكاسل مع وليد. معنا اليوم الصحفي تشارلي بنت من صحيفة الكرونيكل من نيوكاسل. Welcome, Charlie.
Good to see you, وليد, mate. You've been a busy man, haven't you? You've been a busy guy.
Yes, exactly. And here is what we're gonna do. I know you have a question for me, and I have a question for you, because I was busy from chasing the latest in transfer window and stuff, because I was busy covering the team news and cover the Newcastle trip to Saudi Arabia, Jeddah for first time.
Mate, I just want to start off asking about that. You know, like I seen you on Twitter yesterday. You were all over my Twitter feed yesterday, getting pictures with Eddie Howe and Graham Jones and Jason Tyndall. Like, did they say anything to you? Did they say anything of note?
Actually, it's now I'm around, and Jason Tyndall is here, but I can't for security reason. I can't do him live footage.
Yeah.
And actually, it was a quick discussion, and as unfortunately, I was doing 2 years of interviews and channel, but I am famous with the Brighton lad.
Yeah. Well, mate, like obviously you're in the same place as the Newcastle squad now. Are you like getting your breakfast, nipping to the hotel room, and like, are you seeing like a Newcastle player having their breakfast? Like, is that what you're sort of?
Okay, actually, I am in the same hotel, but I can't say which the hotel for security reason.
Yeah.
And regarding the meals of the players, it's a private area, not include with any the regular the one in the hotel, the customers, or the guests, the hotel guests, they are in different area regarding these meals. So this is just for privacy, and they give them maybe comfortable or privacy. They have a special ground or special floor just for the team officials.
How's Matty Longstaff looking? Because I know it's very hot. It's a lot hotter in Saudi Arabia than what it is in Newcastle, and I know he's got quite fair skin, so I'm worried about him. Is Matty Longstaff? Has he got his sun cream on?
Well, I didn't ask him that. Actually, it was a coincidence. I met him outside of the hotel by coincidence. Yeah, it was a coincidence, and I think he went for shopping and some quick shopping near the hotel. And he was a nice lad, and he recognized me. And he said, "Nice to meet you." And I told him that we really like him, and I wish to see him getting the starting lineup. I know that, and I give him some support, because I know he have the skills, and he have what it takes. He needs just maybe opportunity, and hope if this opportunity come soon, he will get it. He will try to win the confidence of Coach Eddie Howe. Unfortunately, the team is struggling with the relegation battle.
I think we might have lost وليد there. I think he's having some connection problems with the hotel. وليد, can you hear us, mate? I'll message him on Twitter there. Unless it's me. Can people hear me? I know before we came on air, وليد was saying that he's struggling with connection problems. He's frozen on my screen right now. Oh, you can hear me. Spot on. It must be وليد then. Thank you for dropping a comment in there. I'll message him. Yeah, he was saying beforehand that he's been struggling with his internet, obviously in the team hotel. I could only imagine what the internet connection would be like if it was a Mike Ashley hotel. It's just me. I'll try and get him back. I'll try and get him back in. If not, we might have to do this a bit later on. Is there any comments in there? Anybody got any comments regarding the takeover? The transfer window. I know obviously it's getting a little bit desperate now. The last few days of the window, but we're going to talk about transfers a little bit later on. But with it just being me here, I'll speak to them. Any news on new player? We had the lad from Lyon. Guameras. I'd be lying if I said I was an expert. I'd be lying if I said I was an expert on the player, but I spoke to a couple of lads last night who are sort of, they watch every European football game out there, French league, Spanish league, etc. And they say, they say he's a real deal. He's like a deep lying playmaker. So that can actually break up the play. You can put a foot in. To me, that sounds like. I hope a Lingard deal can be resurrected. Yeah, well, I'll get on that in a second, but this Leon lad, it sounds to me like it's more of a Shelvey mode, like sort of the same type of player as Shelvey. Now, obviously, Shelvey's, in my opinion, rightly or wrongly, is your best midfielder. He had a blinder the other day. You got the winner. He has had a sort of upturn in form since Eddie Howe came in. Would he play alongside Shelvey maybe? But I think for the long term, he looks like a Shelvey replacement, a deep lying playmaker that can pick out a pass and put a foot in. I think we need somebody alongside Shelvey or alongside the new lad, I can't pronounce his name, that can sort of break up the play, sit in front of the defence, put a foot in. Almost like what a Czech Tiote was for a few years ago. We had that Kabay and Tiote sort of combination. If we can find something similar going forward, I think that would be unbelievable. Yes, we've been linked with Hamza Chowdhury from Leicester on loan. We can actually afford his loan fee now. We couldn't do that back in the day. And someone like him, I think he'd improve the squad. Maybe he's not in terms of ability-wise, but because his style of play, we haven't got anyone like him at the minute. Yes, you could say Isaac Hayden, but he's out with a knee injury. If we had a Hamza Chowdhury in there, like a midfield enforcer, because there's been countless times this season. I mean, you'll all know just as well as me, Newcastle's just been ripped apart in midfield. Whenever we play Longstaff and Shelvey in there, neither of them are defensive-minded players. Yes, Shelvey can put a foot in, but it's more in the Paul Scholes sense of that. He's, he just does it. He does it sort of rashly. He gets a yellow card. He's not the best tackler. And same with Willock. Willock wants to be sort of getting in behind, getting up there with the forward, trying to get into the box, try and get a goal. Yes, he hasn't done that this season, but he's not a defensive-minded player. And that's what I think Newcastle need to say, just as much as a centre-half, really. Any other questions? Oh, here he is. He's back. I'll answer Attila's question about Lingard.
Actually, Charlie, you saved me because I was afraid you went out, so this will close the studio.
No, mate, I've just been talking by myself. I've just been answering some of the questions in the chat.
Yeah, now I fixed my problem. So what we can... I was talking about Matistaff.
Longstaff, yeah.
Yeah, so actually, so I saw him by coincidence and I said, Matty. And it was a really nice discussion. And I didn't want to waste any time because I think it was the club give the players maybe 2 hours maybe for shopping or some free time out of the camp.
Yeah, I mean it's good to see the sort of the full squad going there, because I didn't know whether it was just going to be the first team and the players, like the sort of core group of players, but I've seen lots of players getting off the plane. Matty Longstaff. I've seen Dwight Gale. We've barely seen him this season, so it looks like it's the full Newcastle squad there.
Yes, actually, but I think I didn't see Chris Wood. I think he's with the New Zealand team,
possibly,
because I didn't see Chris Wood. But as it's like I didn't meet all the players yet. Still Maxi. I wish if to had an opportunity with Maxi. I'm trying.
Did Eddie Howe recognise it, وليد?
Yes, Brighton lad.
Is that what he said? Did he say Brighton lad?
Brighton, and he's from Brighton. I said, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wish if someone says that, okay, you know, you're Newcastle with وليد, you are a YouTuber. Unfortunately, sometimes in Twitter, someone says yesterday, Doris Tibber, which is, I am away from Doris Tibber.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't control what you've been called.
What I thought was funny, وليد, when you put the picture on Twitter, it was obviously you in the middle with Graham Jones, Jason Tindall, Eddie Howe. And Graham Jones was getting a lot of stick for what he was because Graham Jones looks like the stereotypical sort of English dad when they go on holiday. He's wearing like sandals, he's got shorts, he looks like he's in Benidorm. He looks like he's just in Benidorm with the lads. So I think, yeah, a lot of people were laughing at Graham Jones in the picture.
Actually, they were so lovely, so welcoming, and it was a quick, and it was a quick, and for a few minutes. But unfortunately, I'm Brighton lad.
Brighton lad.
Yeah, I would like to. Okay, we will continue. طبعا البرنامج مع الصحفي تشارلي بنت من صحيفة الكرونيكل. عندي أنا بعض الأسئلة، هو عنده بعض الأسئلة، يعني بيكون برنامج مشترك. فراح نرجع لكم في الأسئلة اللي سألتوني إياها في المحادثة في الشات. راح نسألها، نخليها بس بعد شوية. Please, if you have any question for me or for Charlie, drop it in the chat below. We'll come to this question later.
I was just going to answer before you came on, mate. I was going to answer Attila T's question in the chat about Lingard. It's just sort of broke there that Lingard, it looks like the deal is going to be off with Man United. You know, they're wanting not only for Newcastle to pay a loan fee, they want Newcastle to pay a survival fee, which is unheard of, really. Like, if Newcastle were to stay up, you know, we would have to then give Man U more money, like, on top of the loan fee. And this is to only get a player that would be on loan anyways. Like, we wouldn't even be signing him, like, properly. Now, to how much is Lingard currently worth right now? He's probably worth about 15 million because he's got 6 months left on his contract. The thing is, Lingard isn't sort of keen on a permanent move right now. From what reports are saying, you know, he's wanting a loan deal. Obviously, that's what I think's handicapped Newcastle this window is the league position. If Newcastle were 10th or 12th and we were comfortably above the bottom three, it would be a lot easier to get players through the door. But obviously, with the threat of relegation, it's a bit of a nightmare. But do I think the deal is dead? I think this could be one that goes right to the wire. You know, right. It looks to me like a tailor-made deadline day deal. It looks like one where Newcastle and Man United might be playing like a little game of poker. And if Newcastle don't chase as much, Man United, say if Newcastle sort of shut the door on Man United on deadline day, a day before the window, you never know. Man United might come running back.
Well, there is two different angles to look to the deal. I wish if the deal actually happened for many reasons, but one of the aspects is it's going to be one from the big six making deals with Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. Maybe this will maybe upset the other clubs if this has happened. Maybe, but this will happen later, now or later. I mean, they should accept that. But maybe this is one of the reasons which make this weird delay, because it's obvious. 6 months, as you said, Charlie. It's good opportunity for Manchester United to get some money, or he will go free later.
That was the sort of complication with it, mate. Is originally Lingard really wanted to go to West Ham. He wanted, because he did well last season. West Ham are fighting for Champions League places, but West Ham are a direct rival with Man United now. So Man United don't want to loan him to West Ham for him to then have another purple patch in front of goal. But Man United also don't want to loan him out. Man United don't want to loan him out for nothing because he's out of contract at the end of the season. So Man United wanted a permanent deal, but Jesse Lingard wanted a loan deal. So it's
and what about West Ham? Because actually, as I said, I was busy from the news. What about West Ham?
I just don't think West Ham were interested in him, but Man United don't want to give him to West Ham because they're like neck and neck in the league nearly. They're trying to both. They're sort of competing against each other in a sense.
Okay.
Yeah, he would be a fantastic signing, mate. He would be. You know, the only thing I would worry is for, I think the big loser would be Joe Willock, because if you look at Lingard and you look at Joe Willock, they're sort of similar type of players. Obviously, Lingard's the better player. You know, he's played for England. He's played his whole career for Man United. But where does that leave Joe Willock? That would be the question, I would say.
What about Nemanja Gimeric?
Sorry, mate?
What about Gimeric? This is the latest, I believe. Now I hear.
Is that how you pronounce his name? When I was talking before, when you were off, I was saying Gumares. I couldn't pronounce his name.
I believe it's Gimeric, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I was saying to the viewers before, you know, I don't claim to be any expert when it comes to, you know, many players in Europe, like for example Gumares, whatever he's called. But I was speaking to people last night who do watch a lot of like French football, Spanish football, etc. And they say that he's the real deal. You know, like he's been capped 3 times for Brazil, so he's obviously not a bad player. You know, anybody that's played one game for Brazil has got to be a half decent player. You know, he's been linked with moves for Arsenal, he's been linked with moves for Juventus. In terms of playing style, you know, I've heard he's like a deep lying playmaker that, you know, likes to spread the ball forward.
That's exactly what we need.
Yeah, but
this position.
But Al-Waleed, is that not what Shelby is? Like, is that not Shelby's role in the team? He's a deep line player who
exactly,
like, you know, he's a deep line playmaker.
Exactly, but Charlie is a good player, but we need actually better.
Yeah, 100%.
We need better because Shelby did great against Leeds, and some games, but to compete with the tough games we have, it's take more than Shelby, I believe.
Yeah, for people watching, I'm not drinking Foster's. It's actually orange. It's actually orange juice. I'm not drinking lager that early. Don't worry.
No, it's fine, but it's kind of early for it.
Yeah. It is. No, but Shelby right now. Shelby's one of our most important players, right now in terms of relegation fight. You know, he's a leader in the dressing room. He's been here for years. You know, he's got the ability. Shelby, we're seeing it the other day, to take a game by the scruff of the neck and produce whether it's a long range goal or anything. But he's got that in him at the moment. But long term, yes, Shelby, we need to improve on Shelby. We do, but this Guimaraes lad, he may be the long term option. What I think Newcastle need right now in midfield is a bold, a defensive minded enforcer who's going to put a tackle in and protect the back four. Because we've seen multiple times this season, the back fours had no defence, or whether it's been a back 3 or a back 4, and they've just been ran through. They've just been cut through like butter. I think we need a Czech Tiote type player from a few years ago. Stick someone like him in the middle will be all right.
For Shelby, okay, his role now against Leeds was fantastic, but he needs someone to help him with the defense.
Yeah,
he can't do both.
That's
defense midfielder and attacking midfielder.
Yeah, that's the thing. Longstaff, you know, Longstaff and Willock have both got legs. You know, they get up and down. We're seeing in the last 20 minutes against Leeds, Longstaff and Willock, you know, they'll run, but they're not defensive-minded players. Isaac Hayden is. Isaac Hayden can put a foot in, but it's whether he's good enough. You know, I still think there's question marks whether Isaac Hayden's good enough to be a Premier League player. If we had someone like, you know, you look at a team like Leicester and they've got someone like Ndidi in there, someone like that, but just a player that's just gonna, you know, they're not going to score goals, but they're going to break up the play. They're going to defend because in the modern game, every team needs one, in my opinion.
Exactly, and as long as we didn't fix center back signing yet, at least bring defense midfielder to help our center back.
Yeah, I know. I'm just laughing at Malcolm Higgs' comment there. Surely, if Man United want a bonus from us for staying up, then surely they should pay us compensation if we go down. I doubt that'll happen, mate. And
yeah, we will come to comment later. I just any more question you would like to
ask
say, Charlie?
Well, mate, what's your plans? You know, you're in a. I wish I was in a hotel with the Newcastle players. I'd be pecking the heads. But what's your plans?
Actually, my plans. It's
how long are you there for? How long are you there for?
Well, it's for me, and until the team departs back to Newcastle.
You're gonna try and sneak on the plane with them.
No, I wish I can do that, but no. Actually, it just how we can say it. It's like there is too much security, and they respect that, understand that, and just I know it's maybe the conditions because the corona thing and the team situation and the relegation battle. So this secrecy, it's totally understood. And for me, I'm not just I'm not doing any kind of breaking the rules. Actually, yes, and it was just a coincidence that I found some through. So if I can coincidentally I meet someone, I asked nicely to have a picture and maybe some chat, and of course we can't do interview unfortunately.
Yeah. What about the game, mate?
I mean like video interview. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm saying, what about the game, mate? I know they've got a game. They're playing a local team.
Actually, now I think since yesterday they're trying they did the training. Mm-hmm. Training is in same club which we are gonna meet, Al Ittihad club. He's a good team now. He's the first in Saudi League. Also,
we're playing against the top of the Saudi League
for this season. Yeah, they are quite a good team now.
Mate, imagine if we get hammered. imagine if the Toon get beat.
Actually, it's not about that. For me, from my point of view, is Al Ittihad. I think they are very excited to beat Newcastle.
Yeah, they will be. They'll be up for this, man. Premier League team.
Exactly. But for Newcastle, I think they just want to try some tactics, some new plan. If we put ourselves in the team shoes, the team didn't relax at all since the takeover happening. We always in this storm of relegation and advertisement, sponsorship and issues, and these we didn't find peace. And I think this is the point they came to Saudi Arabia, just to be away from all the pressure, and taking deep breath and think what they need properly. And we believe that we're still expecting maybe today, if we get signing, the player will come directly to Jeddah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, mate. Obviously, we've been linked with Lingard. Reports at the minute saying it's dead. I still think it can be resurrected before the window. But Lingard's in Dubai at the minute, which is just down the road from Saudi Arabia.
It's 2 hour plane.
Yeah, he's in Dubai with the Man United team. Newcastle in the past have went to Dubai during the middle of the season. I think Newcastle have even been to the place where Man United are currently training in Dubai. So it's doable. It's definitely doable.
Do you know when this time was in Dubai, Newcastle? Maybe
a couple of years ago now. Obviously, it was before coronavirus, but Newcastle have definitely had a mid-season trip to Dubai. It's normally because the Premier League have just introduced like a winter break, but there never used to be that back in the day. So it was always it was always on a weekend when Newcastle had been knocked out of the FA Cup.
No.
they'd go then instead.
No, now it's going to be in Saudi Arabia every year.
Yeah, it will be, mate. They've been to Portugal as well, I believe. In the past.
Yeah.
But normally, see, this is the thing. Celtic, do you know Celtic football team?
Of course.
Celtic, it was last year or the year before. They went to Spain for a pre-season, like mid-season trip. In Celtic, they weren't doing very good, and the players were pictured like drinking alcohol and like on a night out when obviously it was meant to be like mid-season trip. So that's one obviously thing that's good about Newcastle players going to Saudi Arabia rather than Spain, is that they're actually going to be training and working on stuff.
The training they start yesterday, actually officially training at Nadi Al-Ittihad. Al-Ittihad, it's 15 minutes from here by the bus, and I think they have one session, and also it's sunny time here. We have good sun from 11 to 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock by local time, and I think this is also part of the players getting some sun at the ball, about like daily, and this is pretty much what happened until the game on Friday, and they spent the last 2 days, I think, just relaxing after Leeds game. They didn't rush into training quickly.
Yeah. What's the reception being like, Al-Waleed, to Newcastle being there, like Newcastle arriving in Saudi Arabia? Because I obviously everyone knew Newcastle were going to at some point go to Saudi Arabia. I didn't think it would be this early. I think I heard Steve on your show as well the other day say the same thing. I thought it might have been the end of the season. But what's the reaction been like in Saudi Arabia to the Newcastle team arriving, basically?
Okay, to be honest, the reaction is great, but it's like the secrecy and this regarding COVID restrictions, most of the fans, or maybe all of the fans, maybe didn't get the opportunity to meet with the players or meet with the team, or maybe some special event, because this wasn't the goal of coming to Saudi Arabia. The goal is, as we said, it's just to take away time from pressure. Quiet place, sunny, away from the media. All the media are away from the team for these reasons. But the fans who support Newcastle, and also the Premier League, other teams, they are happy that Newcastle visits Saudi Arabia for first time, and they wish at least if they can attend the game against Al-Ittihad, which we know that it's not going to be televised, or no fans until the moment. This is what being said for. So they wish if they have at least opportunity to attend the game. But as we said, we respect the club vision of this visit and goals, because we understand it's a difficult time for the team, and hopefully they get the best of this camp to be ready starting Everton game on 8th February.
Yeah, well, I know you mentioned the sort of secrecy in Newcastle's game against in Saudi Arabia being behind closed doors. I think further down the line in the summer, you might see Newcastle have a pre-season sort of training camp in Saudi Arabia. We've seen it in the past when like Liverpool have went to like Australia, and they've sold out the stadium. Like the stadium's full of Australian Liverpool fans, and they're all singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," etc. That could happen. That will happen with Newcastle one day, I'd imagine. Obviously, once all the COVID, goes away, etc. You'll definitely see at some point, mate, and you'll be in the front row with Eddie Howe to experience it. There's going to be a game. There's going to be a Newcastle game in Saudi Arabia where the fans are going to be in, and it'll be like a celebration, 100%.
Yes, that's for sure. But that will happen maybe at beginning of the season, or maybe in the summer.
Maybe
maybe in the
maybe
summer.
when we win something, mate. Maybe it's when we actually got a half decent team.
No.
Maybe.
I think I think there is a plan. I believe there is a plan in the summer, and it's better than a plan. And hopefully, we will stay in the Premier League. So it will be, I think, better. It will have better action or interactions with the fans.
Yeah. Well, you said it, mate. You said it in the Irish Centre back in October.
Yes, yes.
We are not going to be relegated.
Exactly.
We are not going to be relegated.
I'm still on it. We're not going to be relegated.
Yeah, I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. I mean, that before that Leeds game the other day, I didn't expect. I thought we were going down. To be honest, I've thought in my heart of hearts that Newcastle are getting relegated for a while. But that Leeds game the other day, I saw fight in the team. I didn't expect it to win.
Yes.
Because, Newcastle fans, the pain of relegation is sort of numb right now because we've been relegated before. It's not like, I remember being an 11 or 12-year-old. I was in my first year at high school and Newcastle got relegated in 2009. And that hurt because we weren't expected to be relegated. In 2016, when we got relegated, we had Rafa Benitez as manager. And that was sort of like, if Rafa Benitez can stay, there's hope there, there's faith. This time, the thought of actually getting relegated doesn't scare us as much because we've got the takeover. Whatever happens now, whatever happens at the end of the season, relegated, not relegated, better days are coming. All relegation will do for Newcastle is just put everything on hold for 1 year. That's all it'll do. Because I've got no doubt that Newcastle will come straight back up, even if we do get relegated. But anyways, on the Leeds game, that's give me hope that we can actually stay up. Because before that game, I was sort of like, yeah, we're getting relegated. Know what I mean? But I've seen enough now in the team against Leeds to think if we get a couple in before the end of the window, we've got a chance. We've got a chance.
Yes, and I believe part of the fight reasons for the team, I think that they didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia without 3 points.
Yeah, I know. I think they would have cancelled. If Leeds had have beat Newcastle 3-4-0, I think they would have just cancelled it. Yeah, we'll go to Spain.
No, it's not like that because, when you come and see the fans, you want to go with, make something for the team. This is, help you, I think.
Yeah. How's this? You said, we've spoke before and you said we were setting up like a Saudi sort of community of Newcastle fans, like a Saudi
supporter club. Yes.
Yeah, supporter club.
Yeah, that's I'm working on it with many of great people from Newcastle and from Saudi Arabia, and we're still waiting to become officials because as we understand there is no internal structure for supporters overseas or out of UK. So this is why it's taking so long, and hopefully in a few months this will become officially as I am hoping. So, but that doesn't prevent us to start doing what it needs. So actually, we were ready, and we're still ready for any engagement with the team, any kind of engagement or arrangement, or maybe some kind of event or arrange something for the team. If we've been called, and we are offering this many times by official emailing and official reporter and stuff, but it's just not the appropriate time as we speak in this visit, unfortunately.
Mate, it's only going to grow and grow in Saudi Arabia. I mean, am I right in saying, you'll know more than me, is La Liga sort of more, like the Spanish league, is that more followed than Premier League in Saudi Arabia? Do people support the Spanish league more? I've heard that before, but I don't know. You'll be able to
Yeah, that's easy to answer because we spent, for me, I'm 35 years old, and I believe since 15 years, the whole world talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah.
Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. And during this 15 years, the media, the channels, the sport media, especially in Middle East, growing very much. So that's why they get much more popularity. Take away a lot of Italian league, Serie A, to turn to this. And also there is Premier League. But for Superliga, I believe maybe in the future, because mostly are the young lads, the young fans, they are they supporting the clubs, the top clubs at the moment. So if we Newcastle,
I'm just going to stop you there, mate. David Ornstein, who's a writer in The Athletic, is saying that Bruno Guimaraes is having a medical in Newcastle tomorrow. He's having a medical in Brazil today because he's on international duty with Brazil. That's
so
he
will not come to Saudi Arabia.
Well, he's on international. He's with his national team now, and he's with Brazil now.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah. I'm gonna have to try and learn how to say his name because
tomorrow.
Today.
خبر عاجل انه اليوم ممكن يصير الفحص الطبي للاعب برونو جيمارش من ليون، اللاعب البرازيلي، حاليا هو في البرازيل وسوف يغادر غدا الى نيوكاسل. هذا الخبر عن طريق ديفيد أورنستين.
We needed a breakthrough. A breakthrough, man. Honestly, we've been hitting balls left, right, and centre this transfer window. We hopefully, fingers crossed, everybody in the chat, that this is the breakthrough that Newcastle need.
Exactly, we need someone to hold and control them.
Yeah, it's Arsenal and Juventus are reportedly interested in Bruno Guimaraes. So.
Arsenal. I think they are more concerned about Vlahovic from Fiorentina.
Yeah. He's going Juventus. He's going Juventus. He's going Juventus.
He's going to say Juventus.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Fiorentina fans are kicking off.
All right.
So, mate, what's your thoughts on this? On him coming in? I mean, I don't watch. I haven't seen much of him. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too. But I heard good stuff about him. But me too, as I am actually not watching anything since long time, more than Premier League and Champions League.
Yeah.
This is my two favorite. Other than that, usually, unfortunately, I didn't have the time to watch it.
Yeah. He's it's definitely there was talk earlier in the window that PIF wanted our main marquee signing to be a midfield player. Like they wanted to spend big on a midfielder. So
yes, actually, and I think the international investment department in PIF, they are wanting exactly what you said. They are doing they are responsible for the signing of the players, and I believe this is one of the goals exactly. But maybe no rush. Yeah. Maybe we can do that in summer. Now we need just to bring the players who really can add to the team, and we take it responsibly spending, because we can't spend. We have limit in spending, unfortunately, because of the rules.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, financial fair play. It's a weird one, financial fair play, because clubs just don't really seem to care about it. Like Man City have been hit with it a few times. Chelsea have been hit with it. It's just it's like a slap on the wrist, isn't it? Financial fair play. Nothing ever really happens of it. I mean, Chelsea had a 2-year transfer ban that got reduced to just one transfer window. like there's never any points deductions or like suspended from Europe, anything like relegations. There's never anything like that. So I don't think financial fair play is as big a deal as it is. I think
exactly, Charlie.
Money talks at the end of the day.
Exactly, Charlie. But we can't face this at beginning, at least. Also,
yeah, we can't. Anyways, I mean, because of how tight Mike Ashley was with Newcastle's finances, Newcastle have sort of free rein for the next 3 years to essentially go berserk in the transfer market, and in the meantime, while doing that, getting sponsorship in from elsewhere and making the club's revenue increase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'd like to share some comments.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, I've seen one of me pals in there. 2 seconds. I'll give him a little shout out. Jonesy.
Jonesy. It's
big up Jonesy.
Yeah, hopefully I'm going just by order. So we'll go to Jonesy.
Yeah, you go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we talk about Lingard already.
Yeah.
Lingard will play against Al-Ittihad. We'll see.
So Truls says that we might be able to push Shelvey higher up. That's a possibility. I remember when he was sort of a younger player at Swansea, he did play in that number 10 role. He scored a very good goal against Newcastle, actually. I think we got beat 3-0 in Swansea, and Shelvey was playing like a number 10 role. I don't think he's got the legs to do that anymore, to be honest. I think the reason why he's shown Longstaff and you might not see the best of Joe Willock this season is because he's essentially sort of having to graft harder in midfield for Shelvey. Shelvey normally is best with someone else alongside him. I think Ramirez, if we get him through the door, I can see him being a long-term replacement for Shelvey.
Is this Jonesy or that's someone else?
No, yeah, that's him, mate. That's him.
That's him?
That's him.
Okay. Yeah. So Dele Alli, no, I didn't think Dele Alli.
He's plan B.
Plan B.
According to reports,
personally, I would like to have Lingard, because Lingard, he show with England, he show with Manchester United, he show with West Ham, good things.
Yeah.
But Dele Alli, unfortunately, lately I didn't see anything from England and even Tottenham.
It's a funny one, because if you had asked that question, I actually ran a Twitter poll the other day. You know, there were like over 1,500 people voted, and over 80% of them said Lingard over Dele Alli. But if you had done that poll maybe 3 years ago, it would have been 80% saying, well, possibly more, saying Dele Alli, because Dele Alli was the future of English football. He was the next wonder kid on the block. That breakthrough season at Tottenham, I think he scored 22 goals in the Premier League, 21-year-old. But since then, his career has just went downhill. He's a 25-year-old. He's desperate for a move. I would take him. Don't get us wrong. I would take him. It would be best for all parties if Dele Alli came to Newcastle. Be good for us. Be good for Tottenham. Be good for Dele Alli.
Exactly as you said, mate. It's a plan B. Is it gonna be televised, the friendly game, from your perspective?
No, not the thing. They never really are mid-season games. You know, behind closed doors, never really are televised.
That's a rule. That's a rule.
There might be a match report or something on the NUFC website, but there'll not be any. If there's an amazing goal, it might go on as a little clip or something, but it won't be televised.
Not televised. Mm-hmm. And is it a rule?
Sorry, mate.
Is it a rule? The game in breaking.
No. I think the club, if they wanted to, they could televise it. I don't think they will. Like I said before, mate, there will be a time in the future when Newcastle play in Saudi Arabia and they'll have the fans in. Hopefully, they'll have a nice trophy to parade around the stadium as well.
Exactly. I wish that happened soon. طبعا عبد الله تشارلي يقول انه على الاغلب المباريات لا تحدث المباريات اللي فيها توقف في الموسم عاده لا تنقل لاسباب كثيره، لكن قد في القناه الخاصه بنيوكاسل تي في قد تنقل بعض او ريبورت او تقرير مصغر او هدف او شيء من هذا القبيل. يعطيك العافية جوني. والله احنا نحاول اللي نقدر والله نسويه، وأشكرك والله على هذا الدعم. Malcolm, surely Man United want a bonus from us staying up, and they should pay us compensation. All right. Ask your guest Charlie who is expecting from the linked players to come to the teams, and how many players do you think we should get in, or we can get in this 6 days or 5 days left?
I think a realistic number is 3. I think, we've got this Bruno Guimaraes situation looks good now.
So he'll be the last one?
No, 3 more. I think him and 2 more. I think is a realistic shout. They're desperately trying to get a centre half through the door. Diego Carlos,
close names.
Diego Carlos was obviously the number 1 target. I think there could still be something in that. It's not looking very good at the minute, but I can see. Now, this isn't from any source. I haven't been told. This is just personal opinion. I think I could see them going back for Tarkowski. He's a Premier League player, and he weakens Burnley again. I think Sean Dyche will be making his way to Newcastle, a Chinwall, if we do get Tarkowski after the Chris Wood signing, but I can see the club going back in for him. And then obviously the Lingard situation. I think we've lost Alwood here, but I'll just ramble on. The Lingard situation. At the last hour, I can see Man United buckling. That they're not going to want a player on their books who is just going to sit there for 6 months. He's on 150 grand a week. He hasn't started a Premier League game all season, and they're going to lose him at the end of the season for nothing anyway. Man United are playing hardball now. Is that because it's Newcastle or whatever? Whatever the situation is, I can't see a way through this. If the player wants to move and Newcastle wanted to sign the player, oh, there he is. There he is. Yes, I was just rambling on by myself again, mate. Don't worry.
It's okay. Sorry for that. It's just been asked to leave the place. There will be a private. There will be private lunch in the team. This place I was sitting. So, yeah. So
you just need to tell them that you're the Saudi Arabian super fan, and they'll not move you.
No, they arrange the tables and stuff. That's why.
For the Newcastle players.
Yes. Yeah, that's exclusive.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So اوكي. طبعا بالنسبه للسؤال، شفنا احنا نمرش اللاعب البرازيلي انه ممكن اليوم يوقع عقد انضمام، ممكن يسوي له الفحص الطبي قبل طبعا العقد. So I went off before you said something about Diego Carlos. Is he who we have defender become?
I was just telling all the listeners the Diego Carlos deal. The two clubs, Sevilla and Newcastle, are sort of like that at the minute. They can't agree on a fee. I think Sevilla want 38 million, but reports are saying that Newcastle were told 30 million, and then they were told 33 million, and now they're getting told 38 million. So Newcastle rightfully are frustrated. I can see now. I haven't been told this. This is just my opinion. I can see the club going in for Tarkowski or Naf Phillips from Liverpool, just as a sort of short-term option. But as just said a moment ago, I think Sean Dyche, Burnley manager, I can see him getting red in the face and wanting to fight every Newcastle fan possible if we get James Tarkowski after we've poached Chris Wood as well.
This deal. طبعا يعني ممكن ترفاسكي ممكن نحصل على سبيل الإعارة. شفنا احنا ديجو كارلوس انه ما زال في صعوبات، مع ان الموضوع لم ينتهي 100% بعد. Okay.
You'll have to translate the Arabic questions, Al-Walid, mate.
Yeah, don't worry. Al-Walid and Charlie, thanks for taking time. Thank you.
Thanks for listening, Don.
Okay, Majid think everything is quiet, but don't worry, Majid. It's a lot of things happening behind the doors. Trust me on that. You're never guaranteed to go straight up from the champions, so I really hope you still have the marriage deal done. Hopefully to come if he come to Jeddah as well.
It's looking good. I mean, the Athletic are one of the most reputable sources out there. You know, when they say something's done, the chances are it's done. So, good news, ladies and gentlemen. Touch wood, touch Chris Wood.
Johnny actually know the player. He said he's legendary, and he's able to improve, and he's special. He's really happy with the deal.
An interesting sort of side note about the Guimaraes deal is that I can't say his name. Is that he's got the same agent as Diego Carlos, so I wonder if there's something in that. Maybe there might be. There's got to be. I mean, we've seen it with Trippier and Chris Wood. They've got the same agent. Dele Alli's got the same agent as them too. The agent's obviously having a big say here, I think.
Jose Maria from Jose is from Argentina. Fans of Newcastle, he said, hope to get one more signing before next match. Cheers, وليد. How are you, lads?
Hola, Jose
From
Maria.
From Buenos Aires.
From Buenos Aires. Hola, Jose Maria. If we can get two players in that are as good as Fabrizio Colacini and Jonas Gutierrez away for Newcastle, I think we'll be in luck.
Sky said we agreed deal for Guimaraes and he's having a medical as we talk early. At the end, we would like to thank you, Charlie, for this opportunity to chat with Newcastle, and hopefully we still great days are coming, and hopefully maybe I will end up with this question. So what do you think if you get Guimaraes, hopefully, so what do you think we're going to do against Everton?
Guimaraes, number one, he's looking like it's already done. Number two, a defender. I don't think it will be Carlos. I can see the club going in for Tarkowski or Phillips from Liverpool. Number three, oh, where's my fingers? Number three, Man United are going to buckle in the last minute, and Jesse Lingard's going to come on loan. That's my prediction. So them three. I don't think there'll be any more than three. I'd be happy with that.
كان معنا الصحفي تشارلي بنت من مدينة نيوكاسل صحيفة الكرونيكل. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. وليد, it's been a pleasure, mate. I'll jump on again with you sometime soon, man. Maybe it's when you're still there in Saudi Arabia with the Newcastle players. I'm happy to jump on again.
Hopefully, and we are honored too. Cheers, mate. نراكم لاحقا مع آخر الأخبار من جدة، مقر معسكر رسمي من نادي نيوكاسل يونايتد. شكرا للمتابعة. Thank you for watching.
Cheers, mate.
Take me